Hello everyone. So today we will learn how to calculate simple interest, compound interest, future value and present value using the Excel functions. So before we start, the simple interest and compound interest is nothing but it is the interest which is charged on the loan which is taken by the customers from the bank, or it is the interest which is provided to the person when he deposits the money into the bank. So we will use the formula, the same formula which we calculate the simple interest manually. So when we are calculating the simple interest manually, the formula for the simple interest is P into R into T, where P stands for principal amount, R stands for rate of interest and T stands for the time period. So let us start. It is very simple and easy. So in the cell A1 we have written the principal amount, cell A2 we have written interest rate, cell A3 we have mentioned time in years, and cell A4 we have mentioned simple interest. The principal amount we have taken the example 10,000, the interest rate is 5% and the time period is 3 years. So let us use the same formula. So we will click here in cell B4, press equal to, select the principal amount, multiply by interest rate, multiply time in years, press enter. So here we get the simple interest which is 1500. We will repeat with the another example wherein the principal amount is 20,000, the interest rate is 5% and time in years is 3. Again we will press equal to, select principal amount, multiply by interest rate, multiply by times in year, press enter. So we get the simple interest. We will solve another one equal to principal amount multiply by interest rate multiply by times in year, press enter. The last and the fourth one, again we will repeat equal to principal amount multiply by interest rate multiply by 5 number of years, press enter. So this is how we calculate simple interest using the Excel functions. Now we will move on to the second one, that is compound interest. Compound interest, just pay attention dear students. If the interest is compounded annually, so the n is equal to 1. If the interest is compounded semi-annually, n is equal to 2. If the interest is compounded quarterly, n is equal to 4. And when the interest is compounded monthly, n is equal to 12. When we calculate manually, we use these concepts. But we are calculating this on an Excel. So for the convenience of the students to understand in an efficient way, we will be considering that the interest is compounded annually, which means n is equal to 1. Okay, so now we will use the same formula which we are using it for calculating it manually. So same formula we will be using. Here we have taken the initial investment of 1000. The annual interest rate is 5% and the number of years are 10. So we will use the same formula. We will type equal to initial investment multiply by, open the bracket, 1 plus select interest rate, bracket close. Now we will use the power of in Excel. We will be pressing the shift key and on the top there is numericals, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So from that number we will select number 6. So shift plus number 6 will give us power of, then we will select number of years minus initial investment and then press enter. So if a person is investing 1000 for a period of 10 years with annual interest of 5% compounded, so he will be getting the total compound interest of 628.894628. So just for a better understanding, we will solve the similar questions. So just pay attention. What you have to do, press equal to, select initial investment, multiply, open the bracket, 1 plus, select interest rate, bracket close, power of shift plus 6, then select number of years minus initial investment, press enter. So you get the compound interest. We will repeat the another examples. Same formula, equal to initial investment multiply by, open the bracket, 1 plus interest rate 6%, bracket close, power of number of years, then minus initial investment, press enter. Okay, is it clear? We will take one more example so that it is clear for everyone. Press equal to, take initial investment, multiply, bracket open, 1 plus interest rate, bracket close, power of the period minus initial investment, press enter. So this is how we calculate the compound interest. But dear students, just pay attention, this is how we are calculating only the interest, the total compound interest for a period of investment. Now we will calculate the compound interest with principal amount, right? So formula will be same, but when we are calculating with principal amount, we will not do minus, we will not subtract the investment which we were doing it in calculating the compound interest. I will show it to you, it will be clear. So we will use the same formula, we will do equal to initial investment multiply, bracket open, 1 plus, take the interest rate, bracket close, again power of number of years and enter. Here we are not doing minus. So here it is giving us the answer that if a person invests 1000 for 10 years with annual interest compounded annually 5%, the total amount which he will be receiving along with the interest and the principal is 1628.89. Okay, so we repeat here again. The only difference is we are not deducting, we are not doing minus or subtracting the initial investment. So we will repeat again, equal to initial investment multiply, bracket open, 1 plus interest, bracket close, power of period, number of years, enter. Okay. Similarly, we will do two more so that it is clear to everyone. Equal to initial investment multiply, open the bracket, 1 plus annual interest, bracket close, power of number of years or period, enter. Is it clear? The last one equal to initial investment multiply, open the bracket, 1 plus, click on the interest, annual interest, bracket close, power of number of years, enter. So this is how we calculate the compound interest with principal. Okay. Now we will move on to the future.